So it could be broken down into three. And when you're looking at threes, everything when they say increments of threes, like some people get lost when they see the number 666, how it's broken into threes, right? They automatically think that it means like devil worship and stuff like that, but they don't understand that there's like the physicality of it, because like things run in threes in paradigms. Just like when you're born in the third dimension. In the sixth dimension is like a cutoff dimension. That don't mean it's actually a layer or a glass that's separating it, but this is the dimension of consciousness. Like each three dimensions is separated and layered into each individual part of your life. And when I say life, I mean as a whole. So life is included with death. That's why even in the eighth house, you got life and death there, right? So when we looking at it like this, right, you got the first, second, and third dimension. Really is the dimension of death. See, the world is inverted. That's exactly what they mean by it. So as we think we're living, we actually dead already. We're actually trying to become life or light. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you have to experience this stuff in order for you to gain more of a conscious and then become back light. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like recycling itself. But once we became aware to this world, we dived in it. So we was already basically in an area with our own space and circumference, basically, and became aware to something, created that, and then jumped into that thing, like, you know, like jumped into a vehicle. That's why a lot of people like to use aliens jumping into a spacecraft and stuff, like, you know. But when you look at the separation layers of that, you got consciousness being like the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension. Thoughts, you know what I'm saying? You got your thoughts being the fourth dimension and stuff. You got your fifth dimension being the passion, basically like how you love and you know, like attachments and so forth, right? So when you're looking at all of this is showing you like how the consciousness wrap. So this is a whole nother dimension break. So the first, second, and third is a part of you coming into this realm, which is we call death in that type of sense. But most people today call it life, coming to life, like, oh, gave birth to something. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So at the end, the seventh, eighth, and ninth dimension is another cutoff layer, but we're not talking about like literally a damn shield or some light cutting it off, because I hate the way that scientists try to, you know, they draw it out a certain way so you can see it to be able to analyze it from a perspective to get what they aching at, but not literal. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, the seventh, eighth, and ninth dimension would be considered like as the heavenly layers. So this would be life. So this would be like as a spirit, once you done became human and then went through all the cycles of life and then found out. So once you became light and then learn how to bend in on yourself and things like that. So this is like where you be talking about like what people talking about like light bending and stuff. So at this point in life, this is where it's not even life as in being a human flesh no more. You're not doing these things as human flesh, but you can have access from these things in a human flesh. So that means spirits can help you, and you can conjure up spirits, which is seventh, eighth, ninth dimension, which is they're not alive, but they is alive to what you're considering life while you're on the
in the body,
in the realm of death.
Oh, and
yeah. So which is in the body, in the human body.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? So when we say inverted, we literally mean inverted. They literally switched it all the way around. They literally took the top to the bottom, and took the bottom and put it to the top, and just flipped the middle upside down as much as way they could with that, like basically. So when we talk about like a higher conscious and stuff like that, everybody, even the lost people, talk about a higher conscious. So we see the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension. They always trying to, you know.
So when you say the seventh, eighth, and ninth dimension, is you saying like, for instance, the thoughts, like when the daydream, like,
no,
like I'm saying like, if you in that space of everything that you have obtained, like you know of, you feel me? Like everything you done came across on Earth as alive, you feel me?
Yeah. So I'm like 7th, 8th, 9th dimension. What I'm saying is like you got light, and you got time, right? So in order for you to understand, like, you got to become light. So the sixth dimension is the last dimension where you could be either a thought form. It could be a thought form of something that's non-existence, non-physical, but at the same time, things could be physically shared there too. So like you can see a person bring their intervention into reality. Now the thing is, once you realize to drop reality itself, like no mass of the world, no attachment and stuff like that, you become light. So you have nothing like attached to you in that sort. So you, even though you went through all this stuff here,
But
you obtained enough information and enough resources for the mission that you set from yourself. Because remember, you chose the body that you jumped in and stuff like that. So when you're, it's like I said, it's like how people like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let me see what I like about this stuff over here, and they find out all the information about it, and they kind of want to move on to another lifespan, another life cycle. So after you become out of this one, now you're into another layer and another, another cycle of life, but you're in a bigger thing. It's like organisms and shit. It's like how they inside our body. It's like bacteria, all the way to bacteria. Bacteria is like the first, like just say one of the first life forms, right? Then it has to turn to something else. Then it turned to probably a plant. Then it turned to probably an animal, because a plant and an animal, they both alive, but an animal has like more movement and stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Okay,
and more of a consciousness. So it's starting to try to gain information in a way that the light is like, put it like this, the only way to kind of explain it is like a little light study gaining more and more light for itself to become this big ass light before it leaves. That's the best way I could probably put it.
Okay, I see it as like a sperm cell growing up as a child, a sperm cell, and then a child, a baby, and then the baby have to crawl and gotta grow.
It's kind of like that, like.
And now that you're in adult form after you done reach, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now this, what you saying? The sixth dimension is what you think and bring to existence.
Yeah.
And
it could be yeah. So basically,
the seventh dimension would be
like the non-existence itself, but in the seventh and eighth and ninth dimension can help things in the third dimension. Do you get what I'm saying now? Third dimension ain't got like third dimension. You're not skipping from the third dimension to like heavenly layers to like, oh, I'm up in heaven, like actually like in heaven. That's what they wanted to do in the Bible, I guess. That's where people get confused at. I don't know. But anyways, when it comes down to things happen, right? Like with my Rick, and you're like, damn, how the fuck he survived? Like, how did his son have enough consciousness to be able to make it to the house, to be able to, you got things that's helping, angelic spirits. These are things from the seventh, eighth, and ninth dimension that is called, like, right? That we call, like, oh man, I need help for this, I need help for that, or I need this done. See, that's why I said spirits don't like to be labeled. Because now, if I'm calling you to do something for me that's good in my eyes, it's not evil. To somebody else's eyes, it may be evil, but we're not talking about nobody else's eyes. I'm the one conjuring you up. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one called you in, or however you want to put it. So it's me that the spirit is coming to help. You get what I'm saying? So that's why some people say be careful what you ask for. Like, because some people don't know what they're asking for. And they're calling on all these type of spirits and calling on all these golems and shit that is cursing their life, but in their eyes, this is what they asked for. You know what I mean? So you gonna blame the spirit, or you gonna blame your ass? You gotta figure out that you can't blame the spirit. They survived the body and made it out. Your ass the one that's still going through this shit. So you need to figure out what you're doing wrong, or you need to figure out how to actually use the language of angels and demons. So you won't be using it out of term and out of context, and calling angels or spirits something that is grasped to physicality only. Because they don't want nothing to do with it. They separated themselves so bad that you got the seventh, eighth, and ninth dimension as the heavenly layers in the spirit only realm. No flesh can enter. That's what it means. It don't mean like you get to float to heaven in a body. A heaven don't mean it's necessarily upwards either. So it's all about these people that created, so much witchcraft around us and shaped out so much stuff that we can't even see spirit no more. Because when we see it, we only see a shape.
Yeah.
of any sort. And the spirit is neither the other sort. And then we like to tag and label them. They don't like that shit either. So some people be wondering why the fuck they Fridays the 13th be fucked up. And they days that the spirits is coming down to help. And they don't know how to manifest and don't know how to use satanic rituals and Luciferian rituals or whatever you want to call them when they want to and how to use it. There's a lot of wordplay in that. So a lot of people will say agent and don't understand. Once again, that'll be proof that they don't even understand the language of angels or demons. They call it everything demons. Except the demons that's beneath them, right under their nose, which is humans. Like you're not gonna disrespect the spirits like that. It be you motherfuckers that's demons. It be you spirits that's in a body that don't want to leave this body and want everything for itself. That's a demon.
See that?
Yeah, that's why you got the Illuminati over there. They want control, power, and everything else for themselves. They don't give a fuck about you.
Experience these levels we come across as of like attaching and then detaching.
Yeah. See, that's why they took the book of Enoch out the Bible, because it explained that a little too much.
Because you have to know how to let go. If you love something, you have to let it go.
Yeah, because everything has a death too. See, that's
nothing is meant to last forever.
That's crazy, I know. We
not
got
even
kids,
the flesh.
We got family, we got loved ones, all that.
And
all that. But that's the part where you got to learn the fifth dimension get kind of crazy. You see what I'm talking about? That's that love and stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Before you even get to you got to understand the fifth dimension before you talk about operating the sixth dimension. You see what I mean? But these people don't teach nobody none of that. In the Christian academies and shit like that, the highest I heard them say and mention was the fourth dimension, and not the correct way, because you talking about thoughts. All thoughts ain't good thoughts.
Yeah.
All thoughts ain't even your thoughts compared to what all this stuff they got going on, GMO, 5G, and all that. You can have a motherfucking they got, you know how they got spirits, right? Real spirits. They got fake spirits running around, y'all. They call AI. That's all you got to think about. It's called artificial intelligence. See, the same thing. It need to be called AS, artificial spirit too, because it's something that don't die and it can jump into something and control it. AKA God said He gave you forever living life. Think about it. That's why you got reincarnation when you don't get it right. But yeah, I ain't trying to spit no bars. That's just what it is.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But I feel that what I was asking you earlier is like, am I doing my right?
Your truth?
Yeah, like completing my will of, you know what I'm saying? Like knowing how to respond and when to respond and stuff like that. And stuff like, you know what I'm saying? I be having thoughts, and even like some moments I still do like flunk out and still like, you know what I'm saying? Engage in my thoughts as if like the other day when I felt I should ask. Like you said, and I told you I came off, I was like, I don't want to be the one to ask, you know what I'm saying? And I still ask, you know what I'm saying? And
that's your own superpower against you, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm good on this.
It's ways like that, like you know to be harmonious and you know to be justice, right? And for the most part, we know you ain't doing nothing wrong. Your intentions ain't to do nothing wrong, but sometimes it ain't about your intentions. You know what I'm saying? The intention is your fifth dimension. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes in your sixth dimension, it don't play out like that. So sixth dimension is like the way that it played out. So that's how I want you to kind of see it too. Because the sixth dimension get deep. I could have a whole 7 hours about that. You know what I mean? How deep it get.
And like I said, with the thoughts of what you have a thought form, and then you may bring it to reality.
That's like harmonious. That's what I was going to say. Like harmonious, because you know we black, we grew up in the hood and shit, so we don't really hear that word too much. But it's like when something ain't on chill, now you trying to bring the ice to it. Like you like, nah, I got to put this shit on chill. Like these motherfuckers doing too much in a way and a fashion that I don't like in any sort. So you don't realize sometimes shit be already good. Like some niggas may argue and they might get loud as fuck with each other and may be like, and they might just sit down next to each other and just play the game. You be like, damn, that's it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like y'all ain't gonna fight. That's like you being too harmonious.
Yeah.
Like, man, that man tried. You said something to your mama.
Yeah.
It's like you being too justified.
Yeah, I'm
You
like,
know what
hold
I'm
on,
saying?
y'all can't be
Like,
doing
so
this.
now you done started a whole fucking fart in the air. Now you done put some bullshit in the air.
And
For
I'm like,
real.
we've been
You
doing
over
this
the shit
before you
talking.
got here. We always do this shit. And now you bring your ass
You
here
probably done
saying,
heard that shit in life a lot. They were about a
yeah.
couple times. Shit, not a lot, but a couple times. Depending on who you around. Some motherfuckers, they just like it is. If you're around the right motherfuckers, they'll tell you.
So,
So yeah, it's times to be harmonious. It sounds crazy, but like sometimes shit be already calm and some shit already be peace and cool. You don't have to make it peace and cool. That'd be the problem.
yeah.
Air, like the waters just be breezing and the ocean be all pretty. Now here your ass come bringing winter, and I want to be the fall or something. You know what I'm saying? With your debilitated sun, since your sun fell and you want other people's sun to fall. You can't do that.
Whatever. Yes. Okay.
But like I said, that's a different story. We talking about air signs and the way that goes. You know, but further is like not breaking it down with signs and sigils. We the ones that came up with the signs and sigils based off of the way that the spirit was moving and based off the actions that the spirits was taking during these times of the day, aka during these movements of the planets. So when it all comes together, it's a big understanding of how the universe, the planets that you see, so-called, but it really just bigger lights. You could see how those are bigger lights and got somehow smaller lights surrounded around them. So you even see now when we was talking about the 7th, 8th, and 9th dimension, I want to get back to. Because now when you talk about the 9th dimension, you're like, what to make the difference from the 7th and the 9th? The 9th is like a death over again. 9th, you completely a star, right? If you look at a star, a planet is a bigger star. This is a different part of life that has nothing to do with the 3rd dimension. Just like our bacteria didn't have nothing to do kind of with the 3rd dimension, but it was like a part of it because it was 1st dimension. So it was like winked into it, but it was like a small area of it. Now we're talking about no area of it at all. So life as a star, basically. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole nother battlefield. Now you're bigger. First, like I was just explaining, you was a bacteria at one point, like, just leeching on it, just then you became an actual something, then became a blood cell, then became a plant, and then became a small insect, then became a bug, then became like a smaller reptile, and then became a bigger one, and then became like a monkey and some shit. More conscious of the animals. That's what I'm saying. Your conscious expanded all the way to the last form of the 3rd dimension, which would be a human.
And that's like the food chain.
That's the food chain. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what they're talking about. So,
but you had to die in each form.
Yeah, you had to recycle life. Life go back. So this is kind of where the 10%ers. No offense, but this is where the 10%ers kind of got lost at, because they do got it right for the most part with the 0 to the 9 thing, because they got it like in restart life. You get what I'm saying? But the way that they put it, you're gonna be restarting life back into this realm and dimension. That's what we try to tell you. You're not trying to restart shit. You're trying to go through a different life cycle, like an upgrade, a spiraling upwards. Not like so when we say in that direction, that's what we mean by like upwards. We're not talking about like down, because you'll call your bad days and the days that you have off a down day. You get what I'm saying? So up will be the mood or the friction or the frequency hitting the highest note, which is hitting a 9. So that's why you even use 9s as like, it get deep. I ain't even gonna get that deep, bro. But it get deep. That's why 9 is represented, what I said, the highest number in that sense. So at the same time, we could even see why they use numbers and stopped it to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? Because you see it as the 9, it's another start over. 10 is a 1, but 9 got a 0 behind it. So even if you look at the 0 of emptiness, or even if you want to add something to it, it still took a space over. So like what I'm saying is a space over. Right now we're in our own concluded space. We see in this little space right here. When we in the 7th, 8th, when we hit the 9th dimension, it's a whole different space that we will be obtained to. It won't be seeing from the eyes and none of that human body figure, no more. It's a whole different life. Now you see what I'm saying? But it's still life.
Yeah.
life goes on. It's still eternal. You gotta keep. We still living. It's just a
Abundance.
different cycle. We ain't gotta go through this hellistic one no more.
Okay.
'Cause this shit is rough. This the roughest it get though.
Okay.
And
So
that's because,
just like inside the body.
as we know, I'm gonna just put it like that, y'all. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying the roughest, as in it will be, because this is the thing that we have emotions and all this attached to is in the body. So in the body, being a body that's being limited, weak, and expiration dates on it, it's gonna feel like that regardless, because you got a feeling. You get what I'm saying? And not a spiritual sense of feeling, but a physical feeling. So on Earth is like, that's why some people consider it as hell in the body. But if you look at it like that, you're gonna be living hell on Earth. So you gotta look at it like some people putting themselves in hell, and you just on the outside of it, like on the ground, looking down, like, damn, why they in the pits of fire just burning? Why they won't cry them out? You know what I mean? Like shit like that.
Well, I was finna say the Monster Jones man, the Green Man, movie with the German movie.
Jones.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
When they showed inside the body of different organs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But also that we know that the blood is a different color inside the body to when it hit the air.
Yeah.
So, as of us now, seeing what we see by the sun, how it look like now.
Yeah. That's
we
what I'm
inside
saying.
the body, and then we get
illusion.
out. Yes.
Yeah, we live in the illusion. Like we live in illusion right now. We literally living in an illusion. So that's why some people say we living in the Matrix. Some people say that, but they lost though if they just say it like that. Cause bitch, you go jump off that building, your dumb ass dead.
Ain't no.
So ain't no, bitch, you gonna feel that pain. I don't know what they talking about.
Yeah.
So
you ain't gonna get unplugged.
Yeah, bitch, you ain't no bitch, ain't no nigga finna unplug you. You just fall to the ground.
I'm saying, listen, I'm saying like the
I don't
stars.
know where you get unplugged to complete this shit.
The stars in the sky, like, okay, listen. When you get back to your spirit form, not form because you no shape, no form, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, but now listen, see, that's the thing.
But when you go to that next life or whatever, after you achieve, if you didn't flunked out, and you know what I'm saying, and get attached to this shit,
and become back nature.
Yeah. So
you can't love nature even too much itself.
Oh,
but a lot of people that's spiritual, they don't want to face that part of life.
Okay.
So
as you go up there and stuff. Well, I was also think like when you looking at the bottom of the ocean.
Don't even say up there. When you leave the physical form, the human flesh.
When you leave, yeah.
That thing that's in your body right now is telling even your mind to even think of this shit.
Yes.
That shit. The observer, the one well in the back right now. That's sitting well in the back right now. Yes. Now you looking at your eyes right now. You're looking out your eyes.
Yes.
Like you supposed to see with your eyes. You're looking out your eyes right now. That is your spirit.
Damn.
That shit deep, I know.
Well, when he cut the motherfucking lights off and turn around and walk out that other back door, it's gonna be a whole nother perception. A whole nother view, not view, but you know what I'm saying? It's something.
A whole different living.
Yes.
It's not like the third dimension. Like, it's not
it's
physical shapes and shit like this shit being shaped like this and all that shit.
Yeah.
Who all knows? We don't know what's going to be there.
And I just still said he, she, but you ain't going to be a he, she. You might not be a he, she. That's still a girl.
We don't know. I'm not saying we don't know, because we know compared to the size and the essentials and what we can see in the air. But we can see that a star, they want to shape it so bad, and this is the point of NASA lying about it. They want to say the star is something physical. But right now, if they try to land on the star, they'll fall off of it. They'll fall through it. But yet they can see it. And yet it ain't created by nothing. That's physical. You see what I'm saying? So it's a whole nother life that we could clearly see with our own common sense, that a bitch don't wipe away, that we can clearly see it's another life cycle. And it ain't got shit to do with the shapes on this earth. But the shapes on this earth is how we get to that. You know what I mean? So get what they try to do. Literally get to the moon. You see they little jokes? Them bitches think they funny, dog. They think they funny, dog. They're like, let's go where the stars at. Yeah. Scientists capturing stars as they telling us, bro. What is that? Like that ain't the star that we was talking about. You talking about a third dimension star. Even if you could capture something physical from space, let you tell it, nigga, that still ain't the realm we talking about. The realm we talking about is the first realm of creativity. So in the Bible, your second coming is the sun you see right here. It's not the first one. So even if you try to steal that sun, motherfucker, even though it's light, you still ain't gonna be able to steal it, motherfucker. But the sun we talking about, you definitely can't touch it. So we know these niggas is like lying out of everything they do. They make a joke out of it.
Stealing all our tax money.
Yep, stealing and giving you all this. They giving us a whole bunch of knowledge with no wisdom. So a whole bunch of science singles, but not knowing how to read them.
Kids going to school learning bullshit.
Yeah.
Only thing not, but
because they teach the kids structure how to learn.
Yeah.
That's why I said it always backfire.
They learn
I said I like
little basics.
Yeah, you teach them the basics of learning, and now they ass could grasp and grab onto other shit. Now your ass done fucked up.
Yep. Whoa.
And yeah, it's a big kick. It's like looking at a star, it looking like a small star. Looking at that like it just hit the 9th dimension, but it just started in the 1st dimension all over again. But not like our 1st dimension. It was as a sperm cell. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it'd be the 1st dimension as in no physical. No, you're done with the physical realm. It's like how they tried to separate the planet things, right? How you got Earth and then another planet. It's like it won't even be called life forms no more. Everything that we're calling it is labels of what humans came up with to call the unknown. But what you can see in the unknown is that it's known because the presence is there. You just don't know exactly what to call it. So you have to come up with a name that everyone that could relate on Earth with. So now you see why the Masons are like, hold on, let us be not the first ones, but every time someone try to stamp it, we're going to be one stamping it, putting our flag in the dirt and saying this is ours before anybody else can. So then they could be lost like a motherfucker. And they got to go by our word to find directions. Like, and it's fucked up, and that's just how it works. So when you sit here yourself, now could see like, oh, a star. Oh, the moon. Hold on, why is the stars always chilling with the moon? Where do stars go at night? So when you can start thinking for yourself without them, hey, no, this word went at this one. Yeah. It's a lot different. So that's why they don't want you thinking to yourself. So they separate you from your first house. So most people don't even know who they is before they can even get started to find out where they come from and why they came from that and what's the next thing. We won't, as in the Bible says, right? God wanted forever life. We got to look at it like that. And the life that we're living right now is not the same type of life that what is life actual meaning of. This is just a part of life, which I said is broken down into 3 parts of this life and realm and reality, which is why they try to break it down in the Bible as like Abe, Brahm, and Helm. But people don't understand that. You know what I mean? They want to put it all together, but it is all together at the same time because it's the whole human life cycle, but it's broken into 3 sections. You see what I'm saying? So you see how they kind of get lost because if you heard it wrong from the beginning, you will be fucking wrong. But if you at least had the right starting point, at least you'll be kind of in the middle when you fuck up with the second step. You're like, oh, whoa, that don't make sense for the third step to come in. Then you're like, oh, now it makes sense. Why they said 9 dimensions, we live in the 3rd dimension. Dimensions is cut in by 3s. Now we can see what Drip talking about when he said it's not an actual glaring in glass. When he saying break their firmament to escape out of this body. Now we can see that he's saying extend through the layers of consciousness of a human's life cycle, period, and rising through the heavenly realms as a spirit to be able to like, boom, I left Earth. Now I'm out here like how they got Goku them flying around in spaceships, how they leave Earth and go to planet Namek. Now I'm going to that planet to experience that.
Oh,
now you see that you're the alien the whole time.
The alien.
The whole time. The aliens land on Earth. That anarchy or whatever they was talking about, that was you the whole time. You been lied to about who you are. So like I said, if you don't know who you is, it's dead. Can't even learn the first house and get that basics. You don't even know who you are. Like the Indians say, go in the woods, figure out who you is, man. We don't know if Indians actually did that, but the metaphors is there. Go find solitary and be in confinement by yourself to figure out who the fuck you is. Have them conversations with yourself.
Exactly.
That's why we got meditation. It came in all forms and shapes. Don't let these people put these signs, these sigils, these labels on stuff and say that's what it's called, because that ain't what it's called. I'm not an atheist and I'm not a Christian for what you guys call a Christian, which you believe in a man. No, but I believe in a miracle power, and I would consider it as a God, but I wouldn't consider whatever all y'all call God. See, I have to contradict with my own words, but I'm not contradicting because y'all words is contradictive. I have to use them shits just to prove my point or stand corrected. So when you trying to make me use either or, you're trying to make me stab myself, but you're like, yo, you want to stab yourself with this butcher knife or a fucking pocket knife? That's what you asking me when you try to make me categorize shit. So even your goals, like, what you want to do in life? Oh, I want you to become your dumb ass, you become that. So then they can stab that shit up and fuck with your whole life and make you feel like you're in mental health because you only got one path. That's simple. You come up with multiple paths, so a bitch can't stop you. They put a rock there, leaped over that bitch and took a right. Gone. So the only way you can picture that if I explain it in the physical way. So in the Bible, they were speaking of allegory, not talking about no actual things that was happening like that. Mm-hmm. It was showing you how you see the things happening. Like I was just explaining with us, looking up at the stars and seeing the planets. Like, yo, what the fuck is those? Like, we see it happening, even though we don't know what the actual thing is. We called it a planet at the start. It ain't even called that.
Bonnie got the car at night time, and she jumped. I just remember her pointing up, and she did it so like she seen something, and I'm like, "What, Bonnie?" And she's like, "Look, Mama," you know what I'm saying? And she was just talking about the stars, and it's just like knowing how they try to categorize her to say that she's
so she got a problem.
What's the word?
Problem,
yeah, but disabled, disability, whatever.
Yeah.
But but still, it's a lot of stuff she points out directly, and it's like it stands out to me. So it's hard for me to explain that.
No, that's because
she showed that when she did it. Now that hearing this, you know what I'm saying? Cause then just like whatever, but you know what I'm saying.
Wait, you done? I got a perfect piece for it. Finish up.
And now it feels like she had like a real deal, moment of connecting of type of just amused. She was amused, like, oh my God, Mom, look, they so bright, and look, there's the stars. It's like,
how is it? Like, what is it? It's miracle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's beautiful.
And it's like something she's seen on TV, and now it's like, oh my, look, the stars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For real. You know what I'm saying? But she, of course, I don't know. I guess.
No, it means a lot because listen, she's not 7. Our daughter is 5. So before 7, it's a lot. See, these Masonic schools start breaking their brain and routine. Remember? Mm-hmm. That's why I'm here. Virgo sun know how to break bitches out of their routine. They fucked up. I knew what body I was jumping in. I said, I got something for you motherfuckers. I know when to come too. I got something for you motherfuckers. And when to come. I got something for y'all. Y'all kept calling me, kept knocking on the damn door. Now I'm coming out to play. You feel me? So when it come down to that, this is going to make the best thing in the world to you. Because before these niggas told you what that was, you was already amused. You was already amazed in the power of God. And man came in and told you not to be amazed by the power of God. For be amazed for what I could do. I could show you the world. And that's when people get lost into understanding magic wrong. Into understanding a lot of things wrong, bro.
Oh, no.
And our daughter still have her regular conscience for herself. So she don't need me to tell her that star beautiful. She don't need me to tell her that star is amazing or whatever word she want to put to it. She know one thing that is different and is not and the capability of this low platform.
No.
So when she's seeing it, she see it at a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm.
So she still have her mind before these Masons give her a mind. Like I said, the conscious house routine. That's why these people show stuff multiple times, teach you it multiple times. You be like, damn, I learned that last year. Yeah, you could have learned it all in 1 year. But nah, you wouldn't be able to, it wouldn't stick to you. But if I keep showing you over and over, it's going to stick to you. So that's why you got Virgos, even us with Mercury being our commander. Sometimes we say the same thing over and over. That's why I figured that out by looking at other Virgos, and my videos be like way shorter. Because I realized that, but not, my personal life. Nah. But, I see it, though. I be seeing it, though. I still cut it short, but not to everyone else. See, they don't understand that. See, you know what I'm saying? Until you yourself, to yourself, like, damn, I cut it short. Like, but you like, damn, I still wanted to get that. Like, that's that Virgo automatic shit. So when it come down to that, they use that on niggas, like, for real, for their spirit. So they invert even your 12th house for your 6th house. They like, So instead of spiritually showing them what they supposed to do, we gonna incorrectly, on purpose, show them what they don't supposed to do, and show them what they do not supposed to see as beauty, and what they're supposed to see as beauty really is ugly.
Yeah.
So they have you inverted. They have your ass a Satanist out the gate. Instead of you looking at the stars and the planets and the way that life and you being created as a being and get to actually live this, being beautiful, they done turned your ass to an atheist that have you feeling like now world was a mistake. You shouldn't even have been born. Do you hear how I'm killing these religions?
Yeah.
I don't hear Satanists, and I don't hear fucking atheists in the mouth in all cults of Christianity. You have to understand that. Because if you talking about heaven being a man in earth, escaping out of this earth to another layer, even if it ain't earth, being still in a physical form, nigga, that's hell. Like, that was what we was talking about. We don't mean like that, but like it's hell because that's what we got to go through to expand our consciousness, expand our lights, to become a brighter light, how I like to say. Become a star that's brighter, that shine brighter. You see, the moon is brighter than a regular star. You see, Venus is brighter than a regular star. It's the brightest star. So when these Christians talking about, Lucifer, yeah, y'all running from Venus, you dumb fucks. So at the same time, see, y'all running from shit that you're supposed to be coming to, and then you're balance. You see what I'm saying? They made everybody still at the end of the day Satanists. No matter how you look at it, everybody don't want to leave Earth in some form. Whether it's they don't want to leave their earthly body, or they still don't want their comrade to be a man or a earthly body. They got people that praise a God hasn't been a woman. Those Christians too. I'm talking about them niggas too. All them niggas wrong. But you can see how they all was right to a certain degree. And they all took a left fucking turn. It's like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. Oh, just giving the power away.
Yeah, because you know why? They got categorized. They made themselves either an atheist, either a Satanist, or either a Christian. What Drip did was split itself. Jumped like a fucking UFO, jumped in each one of them motherfuckers and drove all of them. Crashed into a wall. I'm like, nope, I'm done with this one. I'm gonna go get another one. And jumped into that one and seen what I was going like and seeing what that one being like. And then figured out, like, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm supposed to drove all these just to prove that I could drive them. Oh, you motherfuckers. If I'd have never figured out I could drive, you niggas, I'm waiting for a license from you niggas. And you niggas ain't even the ones with the license. You motherfuckers. Y'all ain't even the ones with the license to heaven. And I'm sitting here trying to drive.
Well, but he said, if you think God made this, he was like, hold on, let me go get my degree first.
You motherfuckers got me thinking I needed a license to heaven through you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers got me studying y'all motherfucking ways of life and death. You motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to fire me up, bro. They don't like fire me up, bro. That's why they want to do me like they do me.
Label and tell you was you worthy or not. They sit there and tell you, oh, this bitch better than that bitch because look at her.
Yup, they don't even go by talent. That's the saddest part.
this stuff is out.
Yeah, it's about giving your power away. That's all they want, that power.
But another thing to it all, by me sitting here knowing the Buffalier and the, you know what I'm saying, that Huckabee out there, it's like, it's good for me to know. But I'm not finna give them 0 fucks on that. You feel me? I ain't finna go out there trying to start no parade or, you understand? When I come across my individuals or however it may come, and I see this is the time to plant my seed or whatever, I'm gonna do that. But when I see my moment, okay, I think I got time for me to cut it off now. It's time they, okay, you understand? Because you had them on, they be right there with you. And then next thing you know, it's be like, well, did you not hear what we first talked about? And then you gonna come out, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, and however, then you be like, okay, maybe it was a milestone. But either way, however it go, I ain't finna put so much care into the fact of it didn't hit how I wanted to hit, or bitches not paying attention to what I want them to pay attention to, or buddy over here getting deceived by, you know what I'm saying, or whatever.
That's you learning about the fifth dimension.
It's like,
yeah, that's that fifth dimension energy.
It's gonna happen to somebody, and everybody got their own story to tell.
And that's when I told you. That's when you know what, you kind of jump into. You know what? Let me focus on my personal life, aka my first 6 houses. Let me focus on my own mind, my own conscience, just the 6th house. Let me focus on my family, the intermediate ones that's around me. I really teach them about the truth. You know what I mean? The ones I can't help. You know what I mean? The ones that I can't. If I can't help no one around me, then fuck the 4th house. It could be broken up like that. I'll be outside into my own 4th house. You feel me? But at the same time, my home will be structured around myself then, and be based off of my own body. So at the end of the day, you'll still have a home for your spirit to feel comfortable. Like some people have to get in their own bag, as nowadays people say. So now that show you like you gotta get your emotional, your waters rising like you want to. So you want to be happy and not happy based off other people. Just to be happy from interior inside. So that's the type of talk I'm talking about for like the Kelser stuff. So the moon with the feelings. See, so Kelser backing that up, and you see why. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you also gonna have your 3rd, your 2nd, and your 1st house. Like, man, fuck that shit. That they value bullshit in life. I ain't worried about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I value me as a person, or I got these values and shit like that I see, and that's important, and that's the ones I'm gonna communicate with. AKA then that's when the 3rd house come into. So then after that, them the ones that I can communicate with, those are the ones I express my creativity to. AKA now here go your 5th house. See, now you worried about the ones that's in your personal reach and not the ones that's outside your household. You know what I mean? You can't worry about the ones that you got friendships with, aka relationships with, and stuff like that. Sometimes you can't even worry about your sexual partner when it's going through like that. So that's why we tell you straight up, before you even get to the 8th house on earth, worry about that 7th house first. Because y'all can't even have a relationship, rather, when it come down to talking about having sexual terms, and then having to before we get to the 11th house, which is a higher understanding level. You know what I'm saying? So when we say Aquarius energy, we talking about a higher level of understanding, which is when they try to say baptism and stuff. So now we're going to say, for this sake of understanding spiritually, overstanding, you know what I'm saying, for one another and stuff like that. Don't even try to get to it. Don't even do it. You know what I mean? Because how you going to get to the 11th house and your other house has been beat up so bad and you just kept them apart. So when we talk about over there in the exterior houses, that's stuff that you ain't really got too much control over. Yeah, so you got to worry about what's wrong you, that bend in on that light, that you know what I mean, that you in circumference of what you got going on. None of that other shit. When you talk about the other, that's that old. So that's you relating with others. So you see that bend? That's like bending. No, I ain't talking about that.